It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way.
Good morning.
Morning. We're on a boat.
Yes, we're on a beautiful yacht. The weather is great.
Where are we going today?
We are going to a small island today to do a little bit of a, I would call social media detox, because I myself spend a lot of time on social media, on my phones, and more so because it ties into our topic today about dating apps. Dun dun dun. Which I have to say myself that I have never been on, but I know it's very common, and I know a lot of people are using it right now. Have you used it before?
No, I haven't, but I know a lot of people who have.
Same here, especially our very special guest today has a very personal experience about this too. But more so, I really wanted to dive into, why do people use dating apps? What is it? The convenience of it? Is it the secrecy of it? Not needing to kind of tell people right away who you are. You kind of get to form this identity online. How much of it is real and authentic, and how much of it is, just kind of pretending and making your way through? I'm sure, and I've heard a lot of girlfriends and guy friends who have told me like they've been tricked, they've been played. Some of them are the player, so I think it'll be quite fun to talk about this today.
For sure.
Yeah, and our guest is here today. Should we go find him? I'm excited. Let's go.
Hi, my name's Derek. Today's topic, I believe, is going to be on dating apps and using that to meet people, talk to people, things like that. Very excited. I think some people know, that's how I met my now wife. So very excited to get into this topic. Hello!
You're so smart to bring sunnies. Hello. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting me.
Not at all. Thanks for being on the show. Okay, come on up. Hey, you're finally on this episode.
I'm just glad to be on this yacht.
I know, right? Isn't it lovely?
I'm gonna make it feel like it's mine. This is my yacht.
They said that
You're
I
welcome.
purposely put you in this episode so that you can be in a yacht. They're like, you're favoring your brother and not letting other guests.
I was already asking them, like, how long do we get the boat for, like the yacht for? Like,
Yeah.
can I just like suntan outside?
But hate to break it to you, we're gonna have another episode with an even bigger yacht.
What? It's okay as
But
long
we're
as I
not
get.
going to an island, which is kind of
Okay.
the cool part about this.
I suppose. I mean, I don't mind just being on the yacht all day,
Right.
drinking my champagne.
And
but,
chatting with me. But
it
no,
is early.
the reason why we're going to this island today is because I kind of wanted to call it like a little detox.
Oh.
Because what we're talking about today is obviously being on social media, using dating apps. And I feel like I personally spend so much time on my
Right.
phone.
Right.
But given that, I've never been on a dating app. Like I spend it on like other social media.
Never thought about that. That's yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but-
I mean, I didn't get into it like. I mean, I obviously heard about it and all that kind of stuff, especially Tinder coming from Canada over.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was just never something I thought I would explore because, it's always drilled into us like, oh, you're going to meet some, suspicious people on there. They're going to cheat you out for money. Hate to break it to them. I'm broke.
Cheat you off the date?
No, but I mean, I don't mind paying for the date, but
Yeah.
it's just like, when somebody dates you and they think you have money and you're like, no, like,
Is it
reality check.
expected though for the guy to pay for the first date if you meet like via dating app?
I think so. I think so. I don't think there's like a hard set rule.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think like it's a gentleman thing to do, and
Yeah.
it really depends how the date goes. Like if it was a really bad date, like would I be cheap enough to say like let's AA? Yeah, I might. Just be like let's just call it
And
a
then,
break here.
so then she gets a clear idea, like this is
Oh no, it's not going
working out.
anywhere. Yeah,
Not
it's
even
not.
paying for my meal.
Yeah.
No, but do you think that people are on apps nowadays? Obviously the pandemic in
Yes.
these last 2 years, but it's obviously been around for like way longer
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
So why is this a trend? Like why are people refusing to meet in person, meet at the library, meet at school, meet at work?
I think it just cuts the awkward tension of meeting somebody face to face.
Oh.
Like in a sense, I think because by the way you chat online, things like that, you can kind of already get a sense of their personality, interests, hobbies, things like that. Of course, if your agenda is very different,
Yeah.
right? Like you just want to meet straight up, let's go for drinks. And it's very obviously where you're taking it, right? Like, hey, let's meet up for coffee versus, hey, let's meet up for a drink,
Yeah.
you know, on a Wednesday versus a Saturday or Friday, whatever it might be.
Wow.
It gives off different messages,
There's
right?
like an algorithm there.
No, I mean, it's a game. I think it really is. And I think some people play it very well.
But no, I think that you're right. But
Mm-hmm.
how much of that, like, getting to know people online is real though? Because I feel like a lot of people are different from how they are online, how they
Right.
speak online, and then
Yeah.
how they are in person. Like,
Yeah.
you could be, okay, you're obviously very social,
Thank
but
you.
maybe you like pull it back a little bit, right? With
I
them.
definitely tried different approaches to different people just to kind of the way they respond, and then I'm trying to match it. I think there is a text game.
But then is that still you being you if you're trying different approaches?
I mean, it depends, right? Like, am I still joking the same way I joke? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I cut it off pretty quick when they don't get my first joke.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, now we gotta disconnect.
Sidebar, Derek is very not okay with people not understanding his humor.
No,
Like,
I
he needs
just-
people to be like, I am a funny
Right,
guy.
right. I don't mind explaining and then you
Yeah.
laughing afterwards,
Yeah.
but like, I want it to be genuine.
And then what is like your first, like when you look at a profile
Mm-hmm.
and you're swiping right, like when do you say yes and when do you say no?
I mean, it's all just physical attraction, right? Like maybe yes.
Do you
how
not
nice
look
the
at all their
picture.
things they say on the side? Like
I
what their
realize it
interests
does
and
matter.
hobbies are?
When I read the blurb, it doesn't say everything, right? Like
Okay, so it's just about like how they look.
initially, and then maybe like after we connect, then we'll get to know each other.
But how authentic do you think you are on your profile?
I want the picture to say something. Like I would have one picture of me like doing exercise, for example, but not like those like gym boy.
Shirtless,
Yeah, none of
oiled
that.
up.
No, I don't even know if they're oiled up or not. But it's just like when they show like their six-pack abs, like yeah, maybe some people would go for it.
Yeah.
But I just feel it's kind of
Not maybe, I
Douchebag.
think a lot, right?
A lot.
Because like you said, like a lot of these are all based on your physical appearance.
I was still on the innocent period. I think
Yeah.
Tinder still had that very. There was still a lot of people out there trying to find a partner, and
Mm. Yeah.
it didn't have that connotation of if we meet up, we have to have sex, or
Okay, yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
area to it.
Yeah.
And I think there was still a bit of that innocence. And then it just went like 2 years after I
Yeah.
used it, and I hear other people using it, and they're like, "Oh no, it's just
It's
that's
gone, like,
That's why they go to the
haywire.
other apps, you know, Bumble,
There are a lot,
Coffee
yeah.
Meets Bagel. These are the other ones that I kind
Yeah.
of hear more about. Yeah.
It seems more like people who want genuine relationships. Whereas when you
Yeah.
hear Tinder, people are like, oh, I know why you're on
It's, oh,
there."
you're on Tinder.
It gets a bad
Exactly.
rap.
I think the beauty of text is you can have a bit of time to think.
Yeah.
Like you can be witty on your own terms, on your own time.
Yeah.
Right? And then everybody has their own way of texting.
The thing with dating apps I want to ask is like,
Yeah.
you don't know how many people have like swiped away from your profile, right?
I don't, yeah, no. So
Okay.
when you match, you match.
Yeah.
But like you don't know
So
how
there's
many
like a
people
like,
have
there's
kind
no
of,
dislike button kind of thing. Like at least you cannot see.
yeah, you can't see. It's like,
Okay.
oh, this person rejected you. That'd be a pretty sad app.
What if there was
It's like,
just,
what if like your ratio is like 10-1 rejections? You know what I mean? Like you'd feel pretty shitty about
Probably
yourself.
is for everyone. though.
No, you'd be surprised. I mean, some people are like instants.
Okay, we have some. You want me to do some memory lane questions? We have some memory lane just to
Okay.
go back, okay, when you were still on this dating app.
Okay.
If you were to plan the perfect first date with someone you just met online,
Right.
where would it be and what would you do?
Where would it be? I mean, what's the intention behind it? Is it like
What's
get
your
to know them?
intention behind it?
I mean, it depends on the
I
time.
mean, if you get a yacht, I'd be like, woo,
Nah, it's
going
just-
all out.
no, that'd be way too douchebag. It's just like, hey, come on my yacht. You know what I mean? You're giving too much of an expectation. You want to work up to that. It's like
Maybe
you don't want to
some
take them to a
girls like
five.
it.
You started a 5-star restaurant. There's only downhill from there, and then their expectations are gonna get blown.
This is
you
why
know?
most men are douchebags. Because
No.
I'm like, let's just give her very little.
I mean,
so
I
that she
would
doesn't have
McDonald it. I would
expectations.
McDonald it if that was a possible choice. You
Oh,
know?
McDonald's could work
Home-cooked meals.
if, like, you know,
I think it gives a very. I think if a girl is okay with McDonald's,
and
though.
you split the bill.
Wait, are you gonna get a meal with that though? Like,
Worst date ever.
I don't know. I'd call them out for like their choice of drinks. Like, really, Sprite? You know, not Coke.
Stop. Where would you go?
Oh,
Okay. Where would you go?
Where would I go? I think it would be like a moderately decent restaurant. I think, not like candlelight or that type of dinner.
What about doing an activity together?
Activity
Like
together.
going bowling or something?
I think so. I think that's great to just get to know each other. Sometimes I like to sit down on the first date because then you can really have a conversation. Whereas when you're in an activity, you're more focused on the activity rather than like. And what if they're not the physical type, but they say yes because they want to cater to you, kind of thing. Like I don't know. So I think like a sit-down dinner would be quite nice, and then like
Like
how
no
that
one can say
evening.
no to food, right?
Yeah, like you're gonna have to eat at some point. I hope. You know, if you're not eating, then we're like, see, there are all these signs. It's like, oh, you don't want to eat at a meat restaurant because you're a vegan. It's like, oh, no go. Like, I can't.
You can't,
Cancel
you can't
date.
compromise.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I
You're
wouldn't.
you're a pretty big foodie. I
Yeah,
would
no,
say.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like especially if you're looking for a long-term relationship. I think the longer the date goes, the more you get a good feel for it, right? Like if
Yeah.
that girl's like, oh, sorry, I got to meet my friends, and you're like, oh, she's not
Oh.
prioritizing me.
Or maybe she just has another Tinder date at
Exactly.
night.
No, I've definitely heard people have like
Right?
back-to-back Tinder
Yeah,
dates.
maybe even 3 days,
Yeah.
like breakfast, lunch, dinner.
I mean, that'd be pretty extreme. They'd be having a
Capitalizing
tiring
on that
day.
time.
Also,
Might be
why
like
are they
a
not
pilot
working?
or something.
Oh, okay. So they're just trying to maximize their like
The
landing.
time here, yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha.
They're 2 days.
I mean,
in
if you
Hong
think
Kong.
like that, sure.
Now we are actually almost at the island.
Nice.
I'm not going to butcher the name, so we're just going to let that go. But yeah, let's go and explore the island a little
Definitely.
bit. All right. See you guys in a bit.
Baby, baby, this what flying feels like. Baby, baby, this what flying feels like. Baby, baby, this what flying feels like.